Peace, family. This is Dr. Sadiki Baye coming to you once again as usual. I just love saying this to bring you um, definitely a subject matter that is essential to regaining our balance, our spiritual, mental, and physical balance. But first, I'd like to say that I thank the Creator for making it possible for all of this to happen and honoring our ants in honor of our ancestors. And they always want the best for us. So all of us have a talent. So there's no need for us to frown at one another because everybody has something to offer. And when everybody offer what they have, to offer, then look how big everybody become. So there's no need to hate. There's no need to be jealous. There's no need to be envious. There's no need to show disrespect because all of us have a purpose, and we must always fulfill our purpose and create a legacy that will last for generations to come. So, family, today, before I get into my subject matter, I like to say this to view my videos, my other videos that are essential to our growth and our development. And I'm positive that you will get something out of it that will lead, guide, and direct you into going to another level with it. Because this is food for us. This is the real food. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is the real food for us. So we must feed ourselves and feed each other. And it's going to get right into my subject matter that we need the need for one another. The need for one another. So, what is a need? A need means to require uh, for someone or something because it is essential and extremely important. Essential and extremely important to require of someone that. Also, in other words, it's circumstances uh, for someone or someone or something that is necessary. It's circumstances in which someone and something is necessary, family. Necessary. The need. So, and I know that some of us, sometimes we get need and want kind of mixed up there. Most of us put out wants before our needs. But we must understand that there's a difference. And the difference is that need is something required. Listen, we're talking about requirements here, family. A need is something that is required for a safe, stable, and healthy life. Wow. A safe, stable, and healthy life is what we need in order to sustain ourselves. Now, wants is nothing but what is this? Desires, wishes, and aspirations. So let us not get those things kind of confused there. Like for an example, we always use prejudice and races as the same. When I was coming up, I just heard the word prejudice, but in fact, we should have been saying races. So let's get this terminology correct. Let's go back to etymology and understand the original meaning of words and terms. Because one thing that the enemy does, he played a word game on us. The original people, the people of African ancestry. They always play the word game and the numbers game. So we must catch on to that. We have a need to do that. Something that is necessary. to keep us safe, to stabilize us, and to create a healthy life. So, family, we need each other. We need each other for economic empowerment and development, for sustainability. And what I mean by that is, if you look in our neighborhoods, really, they're not really communities, they should be communities. And I'm going to get into that in a minute. That neighborhoods is just districts, where people just are there. But community is like minded people, people who have common unity, people who have similar uh, lifestyles and beliefs. So we need economic sustainability, economic empowerment and development for sustainability. So when you look into I'll just say communities, when you look into the black community, all you see is 99% foreigners in our communities. The very ones who don't give a damn about us. The very ones who got us in the predicament that we're in. The very ones who hate us, and guess what? The very ones who they fear the most. That's why they work so hard to keep us down. Now, if we were stupid as they say we are, stupid people keep themselves down. But guess what? They work hard and smart to keep us down because they're afraid that we're going to sooner or later wake up and see our reality and see their reality too. So we need each other, family. We got in this mess together and we got to come out together. So economics is the key. Economics is power. Economics demands respect. And we need to keep our economics in our communities amongst each other like everybody else do. But for some reason, every time we mention something like that, they get all mad and upset. Why do they get mad and upset? Because they're afraid. Look at the Oklahoma. When we had economic empowerment in the Carolinas, we had all of that all over the United States, but they didn't like that. They didn't like that. They didn't like us to control our economics. They want us to be solely consumers. Consumers are people who have no control over their destiny. Economics give you options and it demands respect. So we must come together and create that family like everybody else have done. But for some reason, they get mad when we talk about economic empowerment and development. But don't worry about that. Don't be overly concerned about that. All the animal kingdom are afraid of the lions. And who are the lions but us? So we must understand that. Who are the eagles but us? So family, we need each other more than ever before so that we can be the examples of our future, our children. We can give them a better foundation to build on. We can pass on the wealth so that they can build on it. We owe that to our future. We need to give them a better foundation so all of this nonsense that's happening to us, destroying one another and disrespecting each other, it will dissipate. So it's up to the ones before them to set the pace, to lead, guide, direct, and protect them along the way, because they are the little us. So give the little you a better opportunity, because every generation should get better. And if it's not, something's not right. When you see an effect, it came from a cause. It just didn't pop up. Causes and effects are correlated. There's no such thing as accidents, luck, chance, and all that kind of nonsense. It's cause and effect. So we have the power to change the things that does not fit our reality. And we can do it. We've done it many times, especially when we are children of God, the original people. So, family, a need, a need is a situation in which someone or something must do or it must happen. Something something or someone must do or must happen. That's the need. So family, to identify a need, let's get into this now. Now, how do you identify a need? How do you know the difference between the need and the want? When you identify a need, you must first observe, be very observant, then listen, and then ask questions for our survival. To identify a need, you must first observe, then listen, then ask questions. That's the process, family. Some of us got some serious answers, but a lot of times we are hated. But I'm not concerned about that because I'm representing. And when you're representing, your life is bigger than yourself. You're a team player. So we must qualify ourselves to be a team player. And not just talk a good game, but be a good game. Yes. So, family. Oh boy. Human needs. Let's get into the human needs now. Human needs are commonly referred or used and referred to as the drivers of people's motivation or the drivers of people's actions. Human needs are commonly used or referred to as the drivers of people's actions, motives of the human being. The needs, human needs, the drivers of our actions and our behavior. So let's make sure that we are on the same page as far as the needs are concerned. First, as I said before, observe, then listen, then ask questions. Then you don't have to guess at it. You don't have to figure it out. It will be revealed. So there are levels of human needs. Since we're into human needs, there are levels of human needs. And I'd like to share a few of them with you. And the first one that comes to mind is physiological needs. And what are physiological needs but the basics? Food, water, air, shelter, clothing. Those are a few examples of the physiological needs. Now, another need is safety and security. And we're talking about finances, housing, businesses, with economics. The next one that comes to mind is love and belonging. Woo! Love and belonging. And that deals with relationships. That deals with sexual, sexual belonging or sexual. Let me see. I'm looking for this word. Oh boy. What is this? Sexual intimacy. Yes, that's it. Wow, my mind is speeding here, family, but it's all good. Family and sexual intimacy is what I mean by love and belonging. Mm. The next one comes to mind is esteem. Esteem, we're talking about confidence, courage, that kind of thing there. That's esteem. And the last one that comes to mind is self actualization. And self actualization is bringing out your highest potential. So let me say this again, remind you again. The first one is physiological needs. The second one is safety and security needs. The third one is love and belonging needs. The fourth one is esteem needs. And the fifth one is self actualization needs. Now, once you have those needs satisfied, you are a well balanced child of God. Yes, check it out for yourself. And you will see that what I'm saying is the truth. So, family, we need to make sense out of our experiences. We need to make sense out of our journey. And the thing that makes sense out of our journey is to develop a level of understanding. Because understanding can take the sting out of things so it won't overwhelm you, even though you're still feeling it. Because a lot of people are walking around burdened down. Don't you know your experiences should end up testimonies and not burdens? Some people just won't let go. Let go and let God. Some people say, oh, I left it in God's hands, but they go right back and take it from God because they feel that God is not moving fast enough. That's the worst thing you can do, is doubt God, doubt the Creator, doubt the Most High. Never, ever entertain that kind of thought, that kind of energy. When you leave it in God's hands, now you have to practice patience. Too many people are passive. You know, it might not happen in your time, but it'll be on time. Patience is a virtue. So, family, we must understand or make sense out of our experiences in our journey. Because life is full of experiences. That's what life is all about. And it's really not about the experience. It's about you. It's about me. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do with it? And the key to it all is, what are you learning? And learning can be painful, but you can't beat the blessings. So man up, woman up, mind up, own up. And we must do all we can to raise our consciousness to that level of understanding. Because some people know a lot, and some people are wise with what they know. But you can also be a wise fool. You can always be an educated fool. Most of us know too much we're not doing. That's why it turns against us. It's best not to know than to know and don't do nothing with it. So do what you know to bless yourself. Because you are blessed through your choices. So if they're not working, we have the ability to change it. Wow. That's the best thing in life that I can think of. We have the ability to change things when we don't like it. So we can change our choices. Choose you this day, says the Lord, the laws of the universe. So be careful with what you choose, because there's always consequences to all choices. But it's all about learning. There's nothing bad in life other than you're not learning. Other than that, everything is good. So, family, we talked about human needs. Let me mention to you something about social needs. So, social needs refers to the needs to have relationships with others. But guess what? Oh, have relationship with others in order to maintain and secure our mental and our physical balance. But the first thing we must understand is we must have a solid relationship with self, because everything starts at home. And we're not talking about no building, we're talking about the homes of your mind. Once you get your home in order, then you qualify yourself to have relationships with others, mostly like-minded people. And then once you get your mental and your physical balance, then you qualify yourself to enter into the spiritual realm. So let me say this, that there's no way possible that you could be spiritual if your mind is not right. Because the mind is the gateway to the spiritual. Because you got spiritual, mental, and physical. If you get that middle right, the middle take care of both ends, the physical and the spiritual. So we need to get back to the middle, because the mind is a terrible thing to waste. Because everything is mental. Everything came from a thought. Look how big and powerful a thought is. So family, be careful what you entertain. Be careful what goes through your computer. Some things we need to delete, and some things we need to save. But you have to have a sharp discerning spirit to know the difference. So you won't be using emotions, the very thing that always got us in trouble. So let's get our mental right, family, so that we can qualify ourselves to have a relationship with the Creator and our glorious ancestors, which both of them are really there for us, waiting for us, because they always want the best for us. So anytime you have an issue, tap into the spirits of the ancestors. Call on them. In Christianity and stuff, they call them angels, but we call them ancestors. Because in reality, we are the ancestors here today having a human experience. But we're going to pass on and elevate to the spiritual ancestors once again. Everything goes in cycles. What goes around comes around. What's going on in this world right now, this is not the first time. This is nothing but Sodom and Gomorrah. So what did the people do, or the children of God do at these times? You don't have to be afraid or tripping and falling all over the place. Just study spiritual material, read spiritual material. Come together with one another to generate the energy and the power to move forward in spite of what's going on. So the challenge is, can you keep on moving while the storm's going on around you? And you have to be all that to do that. You can't fool energy, family. And that's why you see people falling all over the place, destroying themselves and destroying each other, because they don't have the balance that is necessary to keep it moving with a purpose. And the purpose should be greater than yourself. That's what the team concept is all about. It's all about the team, not the individual. No individual is more important than the team, ever. So understand that. So family, but yet we need each other. We need each other to feed off of each other's energy to keep our balance. Because everything that exists has its purpose, and we have to find its reason, because it might not fit. So if it doesn't fit, quit. Let it go. Because everybody's not here for the same reason. Some people are here for God's children to learn from. So we should stop forcing things and start understanding things. God even told Solomon, man, you might be wise as you can be, but you need some understanding. So you have knowledge, you have wisdom, you have understanding. So we must elevate ourselves to that understanding level so that we can take the sting out of our experiences. Even though you feeling it, you still have enough to keep on moving, to represent the team, to be the remnant that our Father said that will always be here on this earth. So you got to qualify yourself. But it's all good. Choose you this day, says the Lord. So be careful with your choices, because there are always consequences, even though we have an opportunity to change our choices. That's a beautiful thing. So family, social needs refers to relationships with ourselves first, and then with others. And then once you get your mental and your physical balance, then you qualify yourself to go into the spiritual realm with having a relationship with the Creator and our ancestors. Please understand that. So family, having strong social connections are vital to our health, are vital to our balance, is vital to our existence. A strong social connection, because you feed on each other's energy. When two come together, that's more power. When you bring the male principle and the female principle together, that is God. Why? Because you can create. Create what? Create yourself. Well, who's yourself? The children. You keep it going. Keep the cycle going. The children are the little us. So allow them to stand on your shoulder. And that brings to mind about the totem pole that I brought to several people's minds. Because we were always taught that the lowest one on the totem pole is the weakest one. Man, I thought about that for a while. I said there's no way possible that the one down at the bottom is the weakest, when in fact the one at the bottom is carrying everybody. Listen to me, family. See how they tricked us up? They say the lowest man on the totem pole is the weakest one. How is that possible when the one down the bottom is carrying everybody? See how they reversed everything on us? Sometimes we curse ourselves out of ignorance, because life doesn't excuse ignorance, even though God gives us mercy and grace, which is the benefit of the doubt, so that we can check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. So let's understand that we are here today for our children to stand on our shoulders, so they can see further down the road before they get there. So they have warnings. They can see further. They can know more. They can be aware of more. So hold your shoulders up. Shoulders back, head up. That's a true warrior. We are warriors by nature. But somebody did a job on us. And we have to get back to our original way of life. We got to fight hard and smart to do that. We got to be more intentional. We got in this mess together and we got to come out together. We got to be like the beehive. You mess with one, you got to deal with them all. But when they divide us, man, they can knock us off one at a time, like they doing. We got to stop that. And only we can do that. We need to stop telling the snake, snake, would you stop being a snake? No, the snake is doing what it's supposed to do. What are we doing? That's all that matters. So, family, our relationship always starts with self and then with others. As within, so without. Don't forget, rot starts from within, and then you see it on the outside. So you never know what's going on with a person on the inside. One minute they look healthy as on know what, then all of a sudden they got cancer. And cancer just doesn't stop. It's been there for a while. So understand these things in life, family. I'm here to share with you what I've been blessed with. So take it and build on it. Check it out for yourself. Study to show yourself approval. And lean not to your own misunderstanding, but rightly dividing the word of truth. So family, our needs should be under the category of necessity. Necessary. We need to get back to who we really are, the eagles, and stop living in the chicken coop, pecking at the ground when you can fly high. As a matter of fact, eagles eat chickens, but they want us to be less than the chicken. And they did a fantastic job on us. But I'm here to tell you that we are more than they say that we are, or more than what we think we are. We are the original man. So that means that we had to come directly from God. So we are truly children of God. We are the chosen ones. Everybody know that. That's why they fight so hard to keep us down, to keep that awareness away from us. But it's up to us to overcome that. Stop depending on the enemy to save you. They're not going to do that. 500 years of oppression, of ass kicking. That's 25 generations. It's a wonder any of us can think. It's a wonder any of us have a desire to want to do better. That is a miracle in itself. And I'm here to tell you that some of us are remnants. And we are here to not change the laws, but fulfill them. And just because you never heard it before doesn't mean it's not true. Check it out for yourself. So let me talk about some synonyms now and antonyms like I always do. I love these things here. Makes me feel good, to know the difference because there's opposites to everything. So we must get back to the middle where the balance is. Don't be too much of this and don't be too much of that. Get back to the middle. So synonyms of need are requirements, essential, necessity, demanding, and urgency. Those are some of the synonyms, which there are many. Now, some of the antonyms are doubt, possibility, what is another one? Let me see, choice, and the last one that I can think of, that I want to share with you, is uncertainty. Just antonyms, that's opposite. So we must get on board, family, to make sure that we're on the right train, because it might be the last one. When you see the caboose, that's the end. You got to jump on it, because once that passes us, that's it. So let's be more intentional. Let's be more alert. Let's be more focus. So family, need is anything. Listen to me, family. Need is anything that is necessary but lacking. Need, again, is everything that is necessary but lacking. So, in conclusion, family, we have an immediate need to get our minds right, to develop our minds in order to create communities, common unity. But we have a bunch of neighborhoods, but we need communities, people who think alike, believe alike. See, when I multiply myself with myself, which is the other person, when I multiply one with the one, it's still one, isn't it? So always look for yourself out of here in this world. One time one is one. We are one. But they're giving us anything but one. And don't let religion separate you. That was the number one trick, because they made everybody feel that they got their only answer. If Broad Street is the destination, then there's many ways to get to Broad Street. The key to it all is to get to Broad Street. We all say there's only one God, then what's the problem? See, all leaders are not leaders. Real leaders don't deal with politics. Real leaders don't deal with playing one against the other. Division. Real leaders make everybody feel a part of. And they give them their due when they make a contribution to themselves and to the group. That's what a real leader is. But we got these leaders that play one against the other. They got us stuck in the first grade from the cradle to the grave. We're not learning nothing. We just a big ball of emotions. That's why they have all these bands now in the churches. Everybody partying now. They play on your emotions. That's why we have to put our breastplate on, guard your hearts. Because the heart is the center of who we are. Understand that, family. Know thyself is the key to it all. Because if you know who you are, you know who God is. You get 2 for 1. And when you look in the mirror, there it is. The image and the likeness of God. But they told us to hate that. Love thyself so that you can love ye one another. So family, we have a need to know what happened to us. We have a need to know that, so that we can stop blaming one another. When all of us had our asses kicked, all of us been bamboozled, all of us have a level of craziness going on here, confusion. But some of us have been blessed to overcome that. And we are the ones that's want to fulfill the law and not change the law. And people don't like that. But that's all right. I have to fulfill my purpose and create my legacy. And everybody have an obligation, responsibility to do that. So let us stop blaming one another, each other, for what happened to us. We got in this mess together, we got to come out together. We have a need to become the beehive. So if anyone mess with one, you got to deal with all of us. We used to be that way. We don't need no whole lot of policemen in our communities. We used to police ourselves. And the main police is respect. Respect is the foundation to all relationships. That's why Tina Turner made that record, What Love Got to Do with It. What she was saying is, what love got to do with it when you don't respect me? So love comes and goes. It becomes just emotions. We have to get that foundation of respect solid. And the more solid it is, the more you can build on it. Understand that. It is what it is. And if it is what it is, it's going to be what it's going to be. The truth does not change for anyone. The truth is universal. It doesn't change by circumstances. It doesn't change by periods. It doesn't change by location. It's always the same. So that's an embrace the truth so that we can be on the same page, and not only on the same page, but on the same path. Family, we need each other more than ever before. Look at what's happening to our future, our children. And they're highlighting that on the news, when in fact, they never highlight their people. Because we learned a lot of this stuff from them. Self-hate. We represent love. We represent respect. We represent culture. We represent civilization. We represent health, happiness, joy, success, prosperity. We are that. But it's suppressed, and we must, be there for one another, encourage one another to bring out our reality, so we can take our rightful position as the children of the Most High. So family, with that in mind, I pray that you got something out of what I shared with you. Go ahead and take it and build on it. And bless yourself. Family, I love you, I bless you, and I want you to prosper. Do your best and let God do the rest. You got to know when to hold and know when to fold. Stay strong and keep your faith where it belongs, because life is for the living. Let the dead bury the dead. Keep your head towards the universe where all strength comes from, and never give up and never, ever, ever, ever give in. No matter how things seem is emotions. No matter how things seem, because everything is, always was, and always will be in divine order. God doesn't make any mistakes, but we do. But when you learn from your mistakes, it's all good. So keep on growing and keep on learning. You can't go wrong. And learning can be painful, but you can't beat the blessings. Remember we used to say, no pain, no gain? Most people don't believe that. They just feel good saying it. Pain is not a bad thing. It causes you to pay attention to something, doesn't it? Get your behind whipped so much, then you'll learn how to move your ass out the way so no one will be able to kick it. So as long as you move, and what's behind you will never catch up. So lay your burdens down so you can have a lighter load to lighten your load so that you can keep it moving. Keep your lights on, family, and keep them bright at all times. Because we got a lot of people who are professionals at putting lights out. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them school you. Family, right thinking, right giving, and right eating is holistic. Remember that. This is Dr. Sadiki Baye, your servant. Happy new journey. Happy new life. Happy new you. Peace, Baraka, and Hotep. See you next time. This is Dr. Sadiki Baye. Nothing but love with respect for you. Peace.